Alright, what's up, world? Welcome again to the third episode of 3 Minute Talk. I'm Raz, one of your co-hosts. Sitting here to my left is our new special guest. She might be back sooner or later. We'll see how nervous she gets. But Marjay.
Yes.
What's your last name?
Suave.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the Marjay Suave.
Marjay Suave.
Alright.
That's how you say it.
She is the niece of our other co-host, J Rock.
One and only, goddammit.
Only nigga with a gold mic in Georgia. And our third, and last but not least, third co-host is Jay Trey. All right. So tonight we're gonna get it started. I guess let's start with you, Marjay. All right. So you fresh out of college. You have a liberal arts degree in linguistics. Is that liberal arts technically?
Bachelor's degree.
Bachelor's degree
Linguistics.
in linguistics.
Yes.
I can't even say linguistics.
Linguistics.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
No, I'm just.
If someone was to ask you to define your concentration in linguistics, what would you say?
Well, there's various different fields in linguistics.
Yeah, get a little closer to the mic.
A shorter way to sum it up is basically that it is understanding the differences between communication and how we communicate amongst each other within a language. So you can focus on sound systems, how we process thinking, like our brain processing, like, okay, when we receive a message, this is how we process it, and how we will understand one another. Or you can go into like computer linguistics. I'm not focusing that. I don't really know a lot about computer linguistics, but for the most part, it's all about communication. How we speak, how we understand, and what sound systems we use.
So you can like teach kids the proper etiquette.
Yes.
That would be beautiful, especially in this area.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go into speech pathology, so that's
Okay.
that's my main focus that I want to go into.
The reason I'm asking you I said that because a lot of our kids don't understand like how to even talk to a person. You know what I'm saying? Like looking eye to eye when you engage them, paying attention to what they say, how they say it, things of that nature. Hopefully you'll be doing some of that work out in this area to give our youth, a different perspective from what they're already getting right now, because they're open to it. Just a lot of the instruction that they get aren't familiar with the things you may know, So you may, as you bless those, you'll receive your blessings also from doing that work, especially for our youth.
There's a lot of like social and cultural like differences, demographics that go into it. So like you said, I can help teach someone how to understand, like when you communicate, you need to look at them in their eyes, or you need to make sure that you're standing in the right posture.
Correct.
But what I really want to focus in is working with either autistic students, like kids, adults, so that I can help them be able to communicate, because they lack communication. It's not that they're unintelligent or anything.
Correct.
It's that they don't know how to communicate with other people.
Can I make a recommendation?
Mm-hmm.
Also look at the mental illnesses in the youth in our culture that's being greatly overlooked. I know they'll be able to utilize your skills also. Like you saw Temple Grandin.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great flick about autism.
Yeah. She's got a great TED Talk also.
Okay.
If you check out a TED Talk, it's like 10 minutes and she tells a story as well. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's tough, but again, I'm pro melanin, so my focus is usually closer to home. But I get it, you know what I'm saying. But I know like a lot of our kids, parents don't even know that their children are dealing with mental illnesses. Like the sister wrote a book, and I bought it. I haven't read it yet, but I bought the book. It's post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Okay.
It's pretty tough. She spoke about it. It's on YouTube, and she it's tough. I mean, it's tough. Like
Post-traumatic slave syndrome.
yes, like look at
The way that sounds.
I know, right? Yeah, but
The way that sounds.
hey.
I
Just you can look at. I forget her name. Please forgive me, but I got her book.
Okay.
I got. Let me tell you, I watched her show. I watched her speaking on it on YouTube.
mm-hmm.
After it was done, Googled the book, found the book, bought the book.
Okay.
It was that tough because she spoke like, look at the history of the person who created the industry of gynecology.
Mm.
look at that person. Just look at that person. That shit ain't no joke. It's sad what was done to a lot of our ancestors' children in order to create the tools that are used still to this day.
Mm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of children died.
Mm.
You know? I ain't trying to go too left, but I'm just saying. You know?
So the question I guess we can ask you is like, how has college life been since you've been out? And then like maybe these three grumpy old men can give you some advice.
I mean, for me, actually, I expected to probably be failing at this point in my life because you get out of college and the hardest thing to do is find a job. But I just moved from California to Savannah, Georgia, and everything just had to wrap like extremely fast. I got out here, I was here for 5 days, and I got a job in the school system, a substitute teacher.
Nice.
I'm happy. I spoke with someone, I'm not going to mention his name, said that would be a great position for you to, you know, take that route, because that can open you up to so much more, you know what I'm saying, especially having the knowledge, especially being, you know, worldly compared to many that might be in this area. That's what I'm saying. You can teach the youth that the world is actually round in this area. You know what I'm saying? I think you offer a great skill. I think you offer a great talent that you will probably even evolve what it is you might want to do. You know? Like, I think you're in a blessed place. I know everybody sitting at this table would love to be in your position. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't, like, you're not bound by the damn slave wage right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, just enjoy your time.
I mean, I was completely against moving. I wanted to stay in California because I was comfortable. That's where I've been my whole life. But that's where everybody's basically struggling.
Who talked you out of
Oh
that?
my God.
Who talked you out of that?
You know that place of comfort is dangerous.
Very dangerous.
It is, because when you get comfortable, I mean, you never.
Not to mention, the
Exactly.
words of knowledge came out as
What do I
if
have
you
to lose?
if it's not even just what do you have to lose. It's what do you have to do to get to where you're going in a place where everybody is a competitor. You're competing against thousands and thousands more people in the state of California with the same degree or a higher degree, or even someone with some more experience. And then now dealing with those people, it makes it tougher, harder for you to find a job, even just a regular job, not even in the field that you're trying to get into, but a field that just anything, just walking up to somebody saying, yeah, I just got out of college, I graduated, here's my degree, and they're like, I got about 150 other people with the same type of degree. What makes you better than them? And then do you even get to that point to get to express what makes you better than them? Because I can tell you, as being human resources for LA County for over 5 years, it's one of those things saying, I had 990 something applications in, and do you know that in the systems that they use, you actually get the application that was last received goes up to the top. So the person that put in an application when you first put an opening in is at the bottom.
Mm.
So in reality, you have to work backwards. But in the process or in the life of doing that, the system takes so long to try to work from the bottom up, because every time you click on the one at the bottom, it feeds right back to the top if you close it. So trying to work that way is actually harder. The only reason why people would actually end up getting hired, and this is true, me being human resources there, the people who were determined, like the people who would call every day, like, hey, did you look at my application? I emailed you also. Even though I got 1,000 emails, yep, I keep seeing the same person's email, and then I come across his name, and then bam, I have to go ahead and be like, you know what? I'm gonna give this person a shot because they're
Exactly.
determined to make this happen.
Exactly.
They need this job for a reason.
Exactly.
There's all these thousands of people in this system, and then you're looking like, well, let's look at the first person. Nope. Oh, they got a bachelor's degree. Well, I'm going to put that one to the side and go to the next person just, and at the end of the day, now I may only have one position open that offers a job for, let's say it pays, like in California, you can make $60,000 a year. I got one position open for that job. What makes you better than all these other 13 or 14 people in that same category with a bachelor's degree when you can move to a state that has less residents, for one, than LA or even Riverside, has less residents, and it has even lesser of the amount of people who have a degree coming from a different state and a bigger, well-known college. So you stand out here because you come from another place and your college is not out here, which means that they are going to expect more from you than what they see every day.
And that's just a prime example. Yesterday, I took my brothers and sisters back to school, and I actually spoke with one of their IEP, special education teachers, and he was telling me, based off of our conversation, just explaining to him that I have 5 other siblings that I, help take care of, and they've had mental issues, and I've experienced multiple different personalities within one household. He was like, that's already one step further than half of these teachers in here.
Exactly.
Because no one can teach you that.
Exactly.
He was like, the fact that I mentioned that my mom, she takes the time out to research the different stages of childhood development and how they process and what stage they're going to be acting certain ways. He was like, you're already ahead of the game, and half of these teachers in here, they don't know that.
Yeah.
And they're always like, oh, well, why is my student acting like this? Or parents are like, why is my kid acting like this? Why are they behaving like so negatively and like refraining from everything? He was like, you're already ahead, and like, I need to get you into a better field. You should be in special education.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you feel you are suited for the position?
Yeah.
So
I've come across.
It was rhetorical in a sense. I'm saying because you're a Virgo, so you gotta
all his
display
questions,
that.
all his questions are rhetorical.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
I'm just saying, like, in other words, what I'm saying to you, walking in like you already got it, because you know you got it. You know, you know that with you in that position, it's only gonna help their administration or their establishment to be that much better. You just gotta convey that message. Mm-hmm. That's it.
And
you said when I'm sorry, I don't cut you off, but
you good?
What he said, it's like I'm asking you the question because you gotta walk in like you know you got it. I recall watching this video of it was of an interview, and all these guys would walk in, guys and girls, they walk in and he'd ask, all right, and they sit down and they just staring at each other. He doesn't say anything, and they say, well, would you like to know anything? And he's like real silent, and he goes, yes, write something on that board. And they go, what would you like me to write? Something, I don't know, anything. And all these people walked in with like I got a college degree, I shake hands and all this stuff, like, and they started writing.
I shake hands.
I shake hands. Firm grip.
All right.
And they just wrote whatever came to their mind on the board. And then there was this one guy who had the he had the attitude of, yeah, I got it, I can do this job, and I really don't care if I get it or not because I know that somebody else is going to pick me up. He said, write something on the board. He didn't ask any questions. He wrote something and sat down, and the guy was like, you pay attention. So it ended up getting, but that right there is like, you know, when you walk in with the attitude of, You know, it's not so much of you don't care, but you got to walk in with the attitude of I can do this no matter what you say, because whether one person dictates it or not, you still know that you have that absolute power to manage your own life, to actually succeed in what you want to, because letting one person turn you down doesn't mean that another place is going to turn you down.
Correct.
Not to mention, I always try to tell people to stop thinking of the mindset of trying to work for somebody, but create that avenue for yourself and work for yourself.
Stand out.
Because if you, because just as that other person started a business and was able to hire someone else, you could do the same outside of that. It can start off small. You can think of it as a tutoring group to start off small in that sense, but then it will broaden, because if you, especially for special needs, if you take a special needs child away from their mother for a period of time and they come back acting, speaking differently, they're going to tell other, because how many people do you know that has a special needs child and they also know 10 other people that have special needs children? They're going to all send them to you, and at that point you're going to be the one hiring other people.
Yeah.
It could be something small like that as a tutoring group, and then it'll end up becoming a business.
Yeah, I worked in the industry.
Girl, what's she doing?
Yeah, I worked with special needs kids for about 3 years right out of college, and like in that industry, he's exactly right. Like, it's a small knit community, so it's who you know in that community more than anything. You know what I mean? So like, you gotta. I was talking with I did an interview. I do another radio show, Savannah Business Showcase. Interviewed a guy.
What station
on Monday.
is that?
Shout out to WRUU.
That's right. You got it right this time. All right, my man. Anyway, it's the Coastal Center for Developmental Services, and it's cool because they have like 3 micro. Because it's stupid. Because they have like 3 micro businesses inside, and they take these adult people with disabilities. Okay. He forgot what it was.
I had it wrong.
Well,
I had it wrong.
Anyway, they take the adults with mental disabilities, and they put them and they give them jobs. And now they're doing like screen printing, and they do like legit screen printing. They do like catering services, and it's all under this umbrella. And I know it's pretty cool, but I can introduce you to the guy.
Dope.
Yeah, I can introduce you to the guy. Right.
Great.
Yeah, if you want to be involved with that, because it's just who you know. You know, and he was on top of that, he was like the VP, like the executive director of deans at Savannah Tech. You know, I'm just meeting a lot of people like that. So I got you, and it's all in who you know. And I like the point he made. You should definitely try and start doing some tutoring for special needs kids. It wouldn't be hard to put that out.
Brand,
yeah,
coming to you,
and then you can charge whatever you want to charge.
Yeah,
you know,
coming to you like.
I mean, you do
that.
it already. Like, it's not with special needs children, but you take care of your siblings, and you're tutoring them to go to school before they went to school.
Correction.
Take that.
Correction. You're not tutoring your siblings. You're teaching and tutoring certain children that someone allowed you to tutor and teach. They don't have to know that they're your siblings.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But they
fluff
are
the resume.
right. Yeah, definitely fluff.
Yeah. I'm already doing this. I just want to do this for you all.
I'm just saying, speak into existence, even if it's not happening.
Virgo, I got you. My bad. Here we go. Yeah, I do the same shit to your uncle. You know,
all the time. So speaking about your, since you graduated and all that, we're gonna go into your fun life, basically. So outside of just going to school and being boring, what did you do in school that kept you occupied outside of studying?
Rugby. I played women's rugby at UC Riverside.
Speak up.
I started in high school.
The other football.
Actually, the first football. I'm just saying the first football, but you know.
Ain't gonna let up on that.
Nah.
It's the first football, but that's what I do. Personally, I wanted to play football, but that wasn't happening, not at all, from none of my parents. And when I found rugby, I knew it was for me. full contact sport, no pads, nothing.
You are his niece.
Like, I mean, I mean, it's just honestly,
rough.
rugby is better than any sport, and I enjoy it, and I did that on my like spare time because they completely accept you for who you are, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like,
What position did you play?
I played center, wing, almost any position. The only
Sorry,
ones I
none of us
refrain
here
from-
know any of
I
those.
don't know what that shit means, but I figured I'd let you put it out there.
Hey, that's the funny part. I see this
Basically,
look. He said,
so-
I don't know what that is.
There's backs and forwards. Forwards are the more heavy set, strong girls that do most of the tackling.
The
The
butchers.
backs are the fat. I guess you gonna say that, yes.
That opinion was of Raz and only Raz alone.
The backs are they have more speed on them. They're better equipped to see the field and understand what's going on and able to move the ball.
And you said that's what you played.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
a back, so and I
But
was a
wait,
center.
didn't you say that you were, I'm throwing this out there, you said that you were the best tackler.
I was one of the best tacklers.
Mind you,
shit.
this is online.
Oh, that's fine. I was one of the best tacklers.
Are you on YouTube?
On my team.
Anybody
wait,
out there,
and wait,
please
and
check.
wait.
UC
Please
Riverside,
check those
I was
facts.
one of the best tacklers.
Don't be on here flexing.
And now you are on whose team?
I'm on the Savannah Shamrocks.
Oh
okay,
shit!
no,
I've been
no,
wanting to go.
no.
I also been wanting to go see a
No,
game,
don't-
so now I got a reason. I've been wanting to go check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to see a card that gonna come up when you were the best tackler. UC Riverside. We need you to be the best tackler on the Shamrock.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
We're gonna come tailgate one of
Yeah.
your games.
Rugby.
Oh.
We're gonna be out there
Rugby is
wild.
my
And you know,
passion.
right?
I'll be. I'll
Rugby
be
is my
toe up.
passion. And anybody can tell you that I put in a lot of work for rugby, a lot of time, and I love tackling. And I mean, that's what I want to do.
The only thing I think about of rugby, and I know I'm gonna have some people talking a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
I already know where it's going.
Yeah, I
So,
know.
Come on. I'm sorry.
So,
come on.
What's the
Please.
percentage of the female rugby players being butch?
I can't give you the exact
Living
percentage.
an alternative lifestyle.
No, I can't
Alternative
give you
lifestyle.
the exact percentage.
They're
but
not.
what
They
but
just
what I
like
can
girls,
say,
but they ain't really girls. They like half men.
They're extreme
now
feminists.
you foul. Now you foul.
They
Now
ain't
you
don't be-
foul. No. Now you foul.
They're the special forces of the feminist movement.
I'm gonna have the
Yes,
whole
there's
rugby
people
team
on
mad.
there.
I know, right?
Yeah,
No, his ass.
Yo, where your ass at?
Can't show up. I don't care.
Delete
Hey.
everything.
I'll be like that
No.
one nigga.
Don't run up. Hey, too many girls running up at the same time. Don't do it.
No, that's,
I'm calling the
but
police.
That's always a common thing. And
Officer?
I hate it personally. I hate it because it's like no one should ever be judged by their sexuality. I'm sorry. Whatever. If you can do good at whatever
Anybody
job,
judge you by
I
your
don't think
sexuality?
I don't think you judging
but
nobody.
You shouldn't.
You saying you shouldn't?
We're not
You
judging.
shouldn't.
We're not
You
judging
know,
by your
that's the
sexuality.
beauty. That's the beauty in the youth of what shouldn't be and things of that nature, and what's right and what's wrong. You know, but Uncle Sam sees shit quite different.
I mean,
I'm with you
She almost threw that out there.
I'm with you
I
on
heard
it. Listen, I'm
I
with
heard
you.
it.
Listen, I'm with you on it. I'm with you on it. There's a lot of things that shouldn't be,
but it is okay.
exactly,
So we deal with it. But
exactly.
everything's changing, so it don't even matter.
Eventually,
Everything's
hopefully.
changing.
Hey,
hopefully.
But all I gotta say is, I'm not giving you no percentage.
You
There are
But-
lesbians, there are gays, there's bisexual, there's
Uh,
there's
fact-
everything.
fact checker,
Any
can
type
you
of
Google
sexuality
statistics on
it's on there. But one thing is that it's a sisterhood. So you could think I'm gay for kissing the girl next to me or whatever, but that's somebody I treat like my sister. I'm a kiss her because that's my sister and that's how I treat her. You're completely accepted for who you are.
Like on the cheek or tongue kisser?
on her cheek.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right, that's different.
So let me ask you-
Okay,
let me
all right,
ask
my
you a
bad. I'm just
question.
asking.
Do you all have the Caitlyn Jenner Award for the most outstanding athlete?
We don't.
Okay, I was just asking. My bad.
yeah, I was
don't.
just
I
gonna
don't know
say
if another
this.
team does,
My
but
bad.
mine's
When she
that-
brought up the whole
Shout out
they-
the
First thing
fireball.
everyone thinks of
Shout out.
everybody's a lesbian or everybody's
No, I
gay.
don't think everybody. I know, but I mean,
It's
I'm not
college.
gonna go
Some
there,
kids,
but I
some
know
people
not
might
every-
To be honest,
experimenting.
with my college team, UC Riverside, you would honestly be shocked if you've seen us in public, dressed, and then you see us on the field. It's like two different people. You'll be like, oh my gosh, you guys are so beautiful, you're so girly, and then we say we play rugby, and it's like, what the hell? Like, where did that come from?
Okay, that's dope. Because usually, especially in another sport, female sport, you can look at them and tell even they're not playing.
I mean, you could tell some people, but for the like, if you looked at the team as a whole, you would just think like these are some regular girls hanging out,
like volleyballers.
Yeah,
I got you.
Honestly, like, I'm attracted to stronger women though. You know what I'm saying? Like stronger, type A, aggressive women.
Are you saying like Bobby V type? Stronger
Bobby V.
women?
Who's Bobby V?
Bobby Valentino.
That's so bad, ain't it?
Yeah.
Like nah.
You gotta Google that. See what
Okay, I'm about to Google that. Yeah, no.
No.
But like a woman
Later
that's not
on, you
afraid to take
laugh.
charge. Like I'm
Later on,
attracted to
you
that.
laugh, what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. I might edit that out.
Oh, shit.
Have me looking stupid.
You know what's fucked up? My bad, because Bobby V's a alum of my university. He just got, what I'm saying, he's just in a bad mix. He's a good brother, though. He's a good brother. At the end of the day, he's a good brother, yeah. He's a good brother. I'll give him that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You got anything to say?
Huh? Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Any other questions you want?
So like what? I don't want
to
what
get in trouble.
what attracted you to rugby in the first place? Like what is it about it
Uncle J.
that makes you say
playing football, Uncle?
I mean, I've already said it. Full contact, playing football. I've always wanted to be in a contact sport.
okay?
It wasn't allowed, so I
here,
found
hold
a
this
sport
ball.
that was going to be allowed. My first game, actually, when I first mentioned it to my mom, she was like, "What the hell? Like, no, you can't play that. There's guys." I'm like, "No, like it's completely safe. There's women on the team. No guys. It's full contact." And my first game, I got a nosebleed, and my mom ran out to the field like,
You're in your stripes. That's all that was.
Ever since then, please.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this. This is just me playing football in college and in high school. I felt I wasn't ready for the season till like my neck got stiff and I had some I still got fucking turf burns and shit all over me right now. Like it was kind of weird. Like I felt good when the shit was leaking blood and shit like that.
What'd you play?
I played DB. Yes, defensive back. I played corner, strong safety, and free safety.
Okay.
That's a lifestyle to be a DB. And all the DBs who are watching this know what I mean. I can meet kids today. That's a DB right there. My homie live by you, his son, I told him, your son's a defensive back. This was like 2 years ago. What he's playing right now? Defensive back. And his name is King.
At least there's not just one king in there.
What did I tell you about that? He is going to walk in the footsteps of his name.
Yeah.
You just be prepared. Because he is coming.
I'm just rolling out the red carpet.
Yeah, it's his own. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Defensive back to my heart. Either a DB going to be an introvert or extrovert.
It's the only two options.
But no. Some people, like some positions are in
You know
between.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
saying so profound, but it's only two options.
Let me go a little bit more on what I mean.
Yeah, please.
Some people will ride the fence in life.
That's true. I get that.
A
Okay.
defensive back is going to be either or.
Okay, hot or cold. I
Yes.
got
You
you.
know what I'm saying? But that same spirit lies in between both of them.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I surprised myself on the field at times. Like I even almost hung on my coach because he came and grabbed me during the play, but the adrenaline was running. And after practice, I went to apologize to him. Him playing football told me, "Man, I understand. Shit, you was in the heat of the moment." He said, like, "Yo, I was damn near wrong for grabbing you at that time." You know what I'm saying? It's like listen to reporters critique a sport they never played. You just a visitor. You never went through the grit and the grind. You never went through camp. If you ain't never go through 2 days, I don't want to hear nothing about what you got to say about football.
Mm-hmm. So we all played in here, right? Because you were a quarterback, right?
Like
I was.
2 days.
Give me some. 2 days.
Yeah, it
2
was
days
tough.
is where you either. Ain't no either. You got to bond with the motherfuckers
Yeah.
in 2 days.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You might fight.
I
You
know.
might beat a bitch ass, but at the camp, he alright.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't that bad.
Actually,
He stood up.
Actually, we had a 2-a-day on my birthday.
Damn.
Just know that I ran to the fence because the whole it was like right after our practice. It was like, oh, by the way, it's his birthday. Everybody, look, I was already. Just don't mess up his arm. I'm out of here. I hit the fence. They hit the fence.
Right.
They dragged me back.
Right.